kept attacking me. Oh, it was so tiring. Mm. Well, hello everyone. I am putting on some makeup and stuff right now. I usually don't have people, coming in right away. I have had some things happen at work that doesn't pertain to me, and I'm going to be honest with you. Uh, they all could be avoided. I really could have. It's just like they say, I stay in my lane, you go in your lane, you do whatever you want. I can't make people do anything or act a certain way. So I'm watching Charles Dickens. I'm watching Christmas shows. This is Charles Dickinson, and it's really quite great. Oh boy, I got comedy coming out of my yazoo. I really do. Snake Lady got to be talking about some stuff because she is full of energy. Oh boy, there's a lot of stuff going on, and she going to be talking about the chicken inspection place and all the stuff going on there. So anyway, here we go. Let me put on some lipstick. I'm going to put some nice lip liner. This is my way of, you can, in a shtick, what I usually do is, okay. And then we have, okay, here we go. And then I'm going to, I need to get a haircut so bad. My hair grows really good over at work. So, okay. I really don't need to do that. I need to throw my wig on and go right into character because it's that much stuff going on. Oh boy. Hi, it's the Snake Lady again, and we all need to stay in our lanes. But over at the inspecting place, it's all comedy. It's all good vibes. But let me tell you, I'm going to first get. You got people. It was. Oh, hello. This is a Snake Lady here, and what we're going to be talking is about work ethics. And when you go into a job, do you expect when you're being hired at entry level, when you walk in and you go, oh, hey, but don't forget to put, this is all comedy and stuff. So I'm trying to get myself all purdied up. I tell you. So we hired a brother and sister, and they work great. And then one guy, he all started dating one of our coworkers, and we thought was cool. And then they became a couple, irresistible. And then you get in an argument with any of the couple, you got an argument with her or him. You got an argument with him, you got an argument with her too. It was a argumentable fest. The only thing we have is if you're a couple, we can't work together because you're chatting and you're not doing your work, you're socializing. That's during, your breaks and stuff. And they were told not to. And she got in an argument with the management and called them dirty words. And then he got fired. She got fired. A lot of people had a hard time getting along with them, but boy, oh boy, every time they got in a fight, it was like, oh, you gotta walk on eggshells, be all cool. Oh, Lord. It was a fest. So, oh yeah, it went like that for a long time. We all pray for people. They all need prayers. But when you have a popcorn fest like that where you're watching it and you're going, oh my Lord, yeah, they just really knew a lot. But you see, one of my coworkers, about last year, I got really sick. I called into work. My coworker and her buddies called me up for 8 hours straight. Call me up, pranking me, having the you have to have an Apple phone to do this. And one of my coworkers do, and they called me up and FaceTime me, and I was sick and naked on the toilet. And I thought to myself, now this is a bit too much. So I tell them I'm going to make a police report. They're all laughing. I'm naked and I got gunk in my hair. I've been throwing up for 8 hours. I've been sitting on the toilet, falling asleep on it because, let's just put it this way, things weren't staying inside the snake lady's realm of body. It was going all over. And I was getting pissed after 12 hours of constant calling and stuff. I went to the police station and filed a report. I said she did FaceTime. I was naked as the day I was born, excluding the poop and throw up. All right. But I was naked. They all got to see my naked body on the toilet and laughing at me, calling me nasty names. And I said, geez, what did I do? Oh my Lord. I went to the police station because I told that person, you keep calling. I go to the police station. I know who you are. And they laughed, told me go right to it. Because next day I had to go to a place called the Christmas party. I didn't stay long because you see, after spending 12 hours between sleeping on the toilet and throwing up in the bucket because I couldn't take off my butt off the toilet or I'd clean up way more than what I wanted to. So I just stood there and took a lot of torture on my own personal time. So I couldn't wait to go pay the police station a visit. I was very nice. I said, I know you can't do nothing about, but it make me feel good. I'll give my warm cockles a feeling that this young lady who didn't leave me alone for 12 hours had my phone ringing to the point where I couldn't use it at all and thought it was funny. I was so sick that I nearly called 911 just so I can have a place that didn't have my next door neighbors playing the music, but they're gone now. Anyway, you can, if somebody is torturing you and prank phone call, you can make a police report. And then if it keeps going on, you can talk to them. Oh yeah, that is, to do that is torture, especially when you're throwing up and you're naked and they're doing FaceTime and they're doing all kinds of stuff. You're just trying to turn off the phone. You end up turning it on and they end up seeing you naked as the day you were born. And you work with that person and their brother and they have taken pictures of you naked on the toilet while you spent the whole night throwing up and having diarrhea. And that's the things they did. So I had to go to the Christmas party and I kept a happy face and I didn't tell my boss over at the chicken factory that someone they hired was torturing me in a way I thought. Let's just be honest. If she would have been a single woman who came to work at a place act that way, I'd beat the living tar out of her. But I would have to deal with her family and her brother and stuff. That's not worth it. So to do it the right way, you go to the police department, you fill out, and you tell them the reason why you know, and then you tell them that you would, if they come into contact with that lady, is just that, you know, that was just beyond torture that I've ever had. Work with somebody who hated me so much they spent over 8 hours prank phone calling me while I had the flu, while I was sitting on the toilet, diarrhea and throwing up. The reason why it took me so long to get better because I had someone telephoning calling me and I had to make a police report because that some bitch wouldn't stop. Until I did that police report, that is when my telephone calls quit ringing off the hook. I was like, holy hell in a handbasket. I should have done that a long time ago. Boy, that quit. So we're going to be talking about work ethic. Yeah, because even though we do show a video about hugging people the right way, certain things you don't talk about, we still get a few people that get hired in thinking about talking about the bag of dicks. So let's talk about the woman we worked with who always talked about the bag of dicks. And I used to wait for a new guy to work with her because he always get this look, when you get the, I call it the bag of dicks look, that look like, oh crap, I think I heard a bit too much. And then they come to my table and they go, bag of dicks. You go, how'd you know? I worked here long enough and I seen her in action. It is a bag of dicks. We don't play certain songs around here. She gets too dry rated and there was 3 songs we couldn't play. And she get all excited and start rubbing her body on everybody. And Lord knows nobody wanted that. So we would have a rule. And we told everybody who would play music, there's 3 songs you can't play, and there's a reason why. Because if she starts gyrating, we're putting you first. Yeah, you all play those songs, and she starts dancing. We're putting you right in her dance thing. So when she quit working there, I was so happy that I didn't have to worry about. Oh shit! I played that song again. She's gyrating. Nope, nope. Yeah, so that talking about inappropriate things, another thing. No man wants to hear about your play things that nobody wants to touch, look at, or even care about, because she all couldn't even take care of her kids. They were starving to death and she was eating their food, neighbors' food, and everyone else's. Who in the hell gets kicked off of TikTok? She got kicked off of TikTok. Even I don't get kicked off of TikTok, and I've done some crazy shit. I've smoked weed on there. See, when you go on there, you got to think of it as a PG-13, like going on a date for the first time. You're seeing how your guy is. What does he like? Does he like his handheld? Oh gosh, I tell you, man, at work it's been more drama than a soap opera. We got this, and it's just like, okay. You all, when you go to work and you have a manager, you give respect to that manager because he's telling you what to do. He tells the office how good you're doing. You act like an idiot. He's going to tell the office you act like an idiot. You've got people playing stupid games. If a manager tells you not to work with someone and work with someone else, then do it. You dumb idiots. You play stupid games. I think I'm better than you, game. And it's like, oh, I think you're fired. And we get a lot of people, we had this one guy. Every time he would leave, Casey would get all crazy. He'd look at me and call me all kind. You nothing but white righteous bitch. And I go, yeah, I'm a righteous bitch. Woo! Righteous bitch. Woo! I was singing it that way and it was getting him more pissed off. I was like, oh boy, some bitch. You want to get hit and I looked at him. I'm a kickboxer. You hit me, you better make it real good is what I told him. He never hit me because he all know. I looked at him. I go, oh, I am damn old sure you'll get one hit in, and it will be Junior and this and this. You get 5 other guys, and then I could get a hit in. I'll have to wait in line because all my brothers will get before you. Yeah, I got a lot of brothers. Oh boy, and boy, yep, I do. I got a lot of adopted brothers. And they are good people. They really are good people. Like you cannot believe there's good people. So anyway, she would not listen to the management. He was in his right. And then she called and she said, if oh boy, you gone. You can't play nice. Some people you ever met them? You can't tell them what to do, which is almost like an impossible job because they know everything. And let's just be honest, you don't know everything if you do. Because if you all need a job, don't use your mouth staying lame. You got them people who, well, I call it the Siamese twin thing. They meet at work, they start dating, and when you get in a fight with either of them, you get in a fight with both of them. It's a Siamese twin fight. It's just like they're semiotic and they're right there with you, and they don't see it, but you gotta understand. You all need to let your husband and your girlfriend or your significant other fight their own fight because it makes them look like weak bastards, But anyway, I feel bad and I prayed for them because I did enjoy uh, I just didn't enjoy them when they were not happy. You know, I make a certain amount of money, and when you go into and you're being told by someone to hurry up and find another job, you're like, "Oh, I'm not being told something. I'm looking at a lower pay cut." And you all don't understand. I'm 5 minutes from work. 5 minutes on a big traveling day. 5 minutes. That's it. 5 minutes. I've never been this close to work in Pahrump. I used to work over at Sherry's Ranch as a bartender, and that took a half an hour. It was an hour drive round trip. I have a 10-minute drive round trip. I'm like, holy hell in a handbasket. I saved lots of gas. I can go, if I only drive just to and from work and around Pahrump, I can go literally 3 weeks without gassing up. But then I just stay at home. I mean, it's kind of boring, but that's what I do. So here, let's have a little smoky wookie. So I all just love the fact that sometimes garbage takes out itself. When things aren't going, they were disgruntled, they were bitching, they weren't getting enough this and that, and they were just their farts weren't being shucked enough. Just well, honey, after a year, you're not considered new. Your boyfriend is considered a veteran now after a year. That's just not. I don't understand why they won't let us work together. Well, the last time they let you work together, you started. Let's see. You guys were looking at the jewelry line and bidding on jewelry together, and they said no. And yeah, So yeah, they got in an argument with management, wanted them to work separate, and yeah. Mhm. Yeah. And this is Bobby. Bobby is a bobtail kitty. He is a beautiful black kitty, and he is so smart, and he loves to play, and he needs to get his nail. My finger got good with me playing. They love to play. They're just, you could throw balls and he fetches like a dog. Woo! So we're playing Christmas movies. We had a almost 100-year-old movie of the Charles Dickens. This is another version of Charles Dickens or Dick. I wonder if you could just short Charles Dick. It just doesn't sound right. That just sounds like the dollar store version of the book. You got Charles Dick or Charles Dickinson. Right. There's a lot of dicks. So I've just been watching all this stuff happen. And I thought to myself, I'm going to just have to work hard and put it up and see what we can do and just do. And that's how I feel because I do love that feeling of just staying out of the stuff. Boy, it's nice just eating popcorn and watch it like a movie because I tell you, it's a whole lot easier when you see people act like dinglings. You play that special game, the game where you get dumb prizes. I all know that when I wanted to quit my job, I always told everyone I want to go to Alaska because then, it made it more fun. A lot of people on the my cat just said, attention whore. Yes, you are. You are attention whore. Just your attention. You just love the loving. Okay, that's enough. I'm going to get my spray can to get, yep. Okay, so here it is. Snake Lady, I'll tell you this. If you're stupid and you don't want to listen to management when they tell you to go somewhere else to work or they just don't want to listen. They know everything. I call them the fair weather workers. You know why? When the weather is fair and nice, and they get their bonuses, they get their this, they get their that, and they're all happy. You know, they don't make threats to people. Not a good thing, but I will just I will just thought to myself, oh boy, we watched it go on, and then oh, we heard that she said some naughty stuff, and oh boy, and we're like, wow, woo. And last week, I was being told by the other person that's no longer there that I should go find a job somewhere else. I go, I won't making. If I go somewhere else where you were telling me, oh, go, I'd make the same thing and I'd have to start over. You get what I'm saying? I'd rather stay here than when I go to borrow money to buy this house. It looks good. But I did go and ask. I figured I'd ask so I could tell him when I go in there, hey, there's a job there. So they all just said, yeah, we're hiring for security. Guess what? I told him they're hiring for security there. So maybe he can go with his girlfriend. I don't know. I was surprised. There are fair weather, and it just seemed like last year everything was going good. It was very fair weather, and it was friendly. It was nice to him, and you know. sometimes things are a little bumpy ride, and you got to get off the bumps. I'm in for the bumps. I'm in for the ride. I'm in for the long haul. I'm there when it's cold. I'm there when it's hot. I'm there when it's all right. I work and I work. But I tell you, those fair weather workers, when it just gets, oh boy, it's just not looking good. I better go. I don't care about my doing this or that. I was like, damn. It's a lot of hard work. I'm the snake lady. Yep, over at the chicken factory, there's a couple people they got canned. Yep, couple people. Yep. That's what happens when you all go in, you go in. This is what happens. Your typical fair weather worker, they come in strong as deodorant. Like that dollar store deodorant. A good hour's worth of work, and after that, you smell like crap. Yeah, that's about it. That's a fair weather worker in a deodorant sense. They just don't have the strength to make it to the better times. You peter out after an hour. So we're all thinking who they're all going to call back. Are they going to call this person, that person? We're all just waiting, because right now we're just seeing, fingers crossed, everybody, fingers crossed. So you all just don't know this. It's just amazing. But we all lie to ourselves. You know, it's like I lied to myself all the time. I always said, wow, I got a good relationship with my ex. No, he screws the whole neighborhood and then some. Your father had to call you. Yeah, call me, hey, snake lady. He took a woman. You see, he all didn't know that we when we had graduations and special occasions, we didn't go to the Ponderosa. Yeah, that was a lot of people would take. Hey, we're going to have a graduation. Go to Ponderosa. I never heard of Ponderosa till I got in with my ex's family. I go, oh, shit. I haven't been to one since my dad married that one lady who lived at one. Woo wee. So he went to an expensive place that my family would go to because they got they're more a little spendy. They're called, they pour into themselves and they get jobs they enjoy and they make a lot of money because they enjoy their work. So they all have a good game plan. Unfortunately, his game plan was to take his date to my neck of the woods, and everybody and their mother and everyone called me and said, you all need to get rid of that some bitch. He all took a girl down there. Oh, yeah, I all heard about that. Hi, Carrie. Oh, yeah. It's fun when you get the calls from the women. Oh, funny. They feel bad for you. Of course, they didn't feel bad for you when they were screwing him, but only afterwards. Well, you all want to know what happened. I divorced him many years after that. Oh my Lord. Having a sociopath as a marriage partner is not fun, but it makes it interesting because they blame stuff on you all the time. I all got so tired of it. I always told him, hey, it'll take a while, but your family will find out who ran the show. Hi, it wasn't you. Ooh. I all got tired of him making blonde jokes. If I hear another blonde joke, I will slap the next person. It's different when I make it because I'd say I'm having a blonde moment. I'm blonde. If you all not blonde and you're making blonde jokes, you need to zip it because that's like a white person making a black joke in front of a black person. It's just not right. You all get that? Yeah. Well, my ex isn't blonde. He may be married to one, but he made me feel like shit all the time. I always thought there was something wrong with me, but no, there was nothing wrong with me. I just married somebody who just didn't fit in my puzzle piece. And I tried to change him. I was going to make him better. I was going to make him a better worker. I was going to, yeah, sociopath, psychopath, whatever you want to call him. Yeah. Well, let me tell you this, you know, my ex is, when he drinks a lot, he blacks out and cooks. So what happened was in April, I come back from a show that we had done over in California, and I had driven home, and I haven't unpacked my car because I figure I'd just get in the morning, and I noticed that there was something cooking, and it was burning, getting close to it. So I took it out and thought my son forgot it. No, my my ex is subconscious when he gets drunk wants to go cooking. If there's nothing ready to eat, he gets the munchies and he goes to bed and forgets about it. So I got, home, and I said, who? And I thought it was my son. I called on the intercom and said, hey, Devin, get your food. It's in the kitchen. You almost let it burn. And then my, roommate said, hey, it's mine. I'm like, okay, dude, you gotta take care of your shit. You're blacking out. He blacks out. Just start cooking. I said, if you black out and start driving, that's going to be scary. Can you all imagine that? Now, I all have known people to black out and do some naughty things. I all used to have a dream about my roommate offing me and being blacked out, not knowing what he was doing. So he has his subconscious, like I said, does its own thing. That's why I you know, wanted away from that. But here it is, I said, I'm my own woman. I'm going to be my own woman. Oh, Lord. That gets so old so fucking quick. You all go into a store, you go into, okay, I went into the Haunted Mansion for the Zach Baggins, and they have a lot of people. It was the first time. I was the only single person. I felt like the odd one. Oh boy, I am the only person. Oh, yep, yippee. Yep, I am the odd one. And everywhere I go, anyone, they give you the worst. They give you the spot from hell. They give it singles hell. That's what it is. You just want to bring like a robot boy that looks human enough. They'll pass off so you can get a decent seat. Seriously, they give you the crap seats. They always give the men the good seats. Us women, they want to put us good looking women. I'm showing my jiggly tops and they put me in the back somewhere like I am. I cannot believe it. Being a single woman can have its drawback, and sometimes not. But let's just be honest. You go out, and if you do anything in Vegas, there's always campers. They never have, hey, singles, come over here. Only if you want to party till you drop or whatever. So if you go see movie, oh geez, it's like I have a friend who just quit wanting to go out with me. They said they're thinking that we're a gay couple. It's like not what we're holding hands. Jeez. So I'm thinking, you know what? They need to make a robot that can go with my AI person that I named Igor. I'll take Igor out on a date. He may not eat, but god dang, I'll get a better seat than out in left field. That's where I'm at in left field every time. Do you want to go over here next to the toilet? Or do you want to go over here next to the old people that just took their teeth out and are soaking them right in that cup? Y'all think I'm joking? Mm. And you don't get these people. It's like a joke to me. Yeah, we got that girl over in left field there. Yeah, right next to the toilets. Yeah. Well, she'll meet a guy. That's how I met my husband. She'll meet one. I'm sure of it. Oh yeah. Being single is fun, The first couple years was absolutely great. After that, I'm like, well, okay, what else? So I decided in my journey, I would try something extremely dry white toast as I can, which was eHarmony. I might as well just put my finger in a wall socket and get more excitement than that. It was like looking at a bunch of 80-year-old men and they think that they're hot. It's like, dude, have you looked in the mirror lately? Literally, looked in the mirror. Because if you did, you wouldn't be thinking that you're Jesus Christ. He actually had more hair than you. And oh, please, don't put off that you're a this and a that. Oh, I love how they say they're semi-retired, which means they don't have enough money to retire for the next 30 years because they gamble. Oh, yeah. So I said, I really want to delete my account. I'm not happy with this. I just I don't like what you're offering. It's like going to a grocery store and everything's expired. Fuck. What do I got? It's like they had a guy who was in a wheelchair. So I said, well, let me see. I'll make his day. Hey, I hope you're having a great day. He said, I don't think you're my kind. Oh, shit. He's from planet. He's from planet Uranus. Oh boy, Snake Lady. She all gotta find her. You know, the matchmaker here over in Parumpy. She won't answer my phone calls yet, but she will get. I'll get her. I'll wear her down. I'll wear her down. That's what I'm looking for. That's right. I'll wear her down like you can't believe. But right now, I'm just pouring into myself and taking popcorn to work because you don't y'all know what else is going to happen. A lot of times you all wonder what's going on and stuff. And you hear later on the reason why this person got let go. And usually you feel I did. We all just said it just got too volatile. I mean, it just the beginning of the shift. Couldn't you do stuff like that, like at the end of the shift? Because then you go home, you smoke your weed, and you don't have to deal with all the crapola. It's simple. You have stuff to do. You do your stuff, and you call it a day. You go home. But we all lie to ourselves. Apparently, we are thinking that our work is another place of a soap opera. And we all know it's not a soap opera, it's a work. They don't come here, people don't come and watching us and eating popcorn, but they could if they want to watch us. But come on, just do your job. Stay in your lane. You all know that. We're not children. But some people want to act that way. Entitled. Then you all wonder why you are in the place you are in your life. We all can pray for you, but like I said, woo, man, I'm so glad that I'm just sitting here having my popcorn. What did you say happened? Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, I've been yelled at. You know what I mean? When I do bad, oh boy. So I have certain things I do to keep myself good. Like if I'm not to use a product right away, I'll take a black thing and I'll go, oh, no, I can't touch that. I got to go into the other area. And it lets you know. It's just like a little reminder. it's like staying in your lane and not wanting other people's jobs. When you first start out, a lot of places have, before you can even be a manager, you all have to work there for a year. Not my place, but I'm saying a lot of other places, they just, it is what it is. I love my people, but sometimes when they get out of their lanes and they do bad things, and then you go, I love you, but you will grow up. You will. So here it is. Here's to all the hard workers. Here's to all my peeps. I love you all. So it's just like something else. You know what I mean? It's like I lied to myself when I went after 1 week instead of 4. I went down seeing the dip shit that I did. He looked good in pictures. God damn, those pictures had been 10 years old. I seen it. I'm like, dude, you all need to put new pit. No, I know what you're doing. You're trying to get somebody. And I just said, oh, yeah. You all know how that ended. We all know. I said, Jesus, he all's an asshole. Get me home. I'm high as hell, and I'm just praying to God that I never do something this dumb ever, ever, ever again. And I was lucky. An accident happened. By the time I got on the freeway, I was so bright and shiny and ready to go. My eyes were eyed. They were like, oh boy, I can really. Then I stopped over and got myself a hamburger and said, Jesus Christ, I'll never do that again while I'm getting the munchies and getting a nice In-N-Out burger. And then I thought to myself, oh, God, I wish I would have had the money to go to the haunted house again just to walk around. But I said, oh, I went there twice. I went for the midnight, flashlight. That was fun. And then I went for the walk-in, with the other people. I'll do the midnight flashlight. But I want my son to see both. So I'll probably have him go. So yeah, I'm the snake lady. That's right. Yeah, they know not to. They all said that they couldn't. They said, you know what I heard, and it just bothers me. Oh, but we're getting some nice new neighbors. It's a pastor and his girlfriend, which is so sweet. Oh, I think that's so nice. I'm going to welcome them. I'm going to make them some special brownies. I know it's going to go all right. I'm going to not tell them and have a good time. No, I'm just joking. I'm going to probably make them something nice. I'm taking my vitamins. I'm so lucky to have my friends. I feel very, very grateful. But I tell you this much, when you go and you get these fishing date men, this is what they put out. Hi, I'm and they'll put out like they make so much money or they work at a job that you know about how much they make. And then they do, oh, it is just something. So anyway, I had I had a guy pretend I had somebody pretend that she was Keanu Reeves. I worked with someone who pretended to be Keanu Reeves. Don't you just pick on Al Pacino or something like that? One of them guys that are an asshole. Well, you pick on someone who you know a little bit different. But no, she got pick on Keanu Reeves. Nice guy. He's just quiet, pretend to romance me. I all know that he got somebody, number one. Number two, he ain't going to be using Telegram. Hello. So I all said, I'm wondering who the hell it is because by a month that went by, because I'm having a little fun saying stuff that is a lie in my life, but I'm having fun. You all know, real fun. Well, anyway, I just couldn't believe it. I'm in the the change area and the other person who's pretending to be Keanu Reeves tells a person she's talking on a telephone and she goes, yeah, I'm Keanu Reeves, boy, I'm gonna have so much fun. She's telling this other person. I'm thinking, oh God, I'm fucking magical. Ooh, Sniggly, gonna have a lot of fun. So I go into the workroom, and I tell everybody I'm magical. Ooh yeah. So you wanna break from evil cunt? Who wants a break from evil cunt? Everyone's hand raised up. Oh, do you feel like a Monday break? Yeah, we all need Monday break, right? Yeah, I'll make it happen. So that night, I said, oh, I am so excited. I'm having a 3-day weekend. We get Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I am excited. Woo! I'm magical. Yeah, that bitch didn't come in. I was so happy. I was redeemed. Goddess! Goddess! Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, I was just lovely. She was gone for the day. And yes, you all know they looked at me as magical. And all I did was go, I got Monday off. Y'all deal with people who think they are smart, but their IQ's about 5. She was dating someone at work. She couldn't go and kind of check to see if, Snake Lady's got one over on you. You know what I all mean? Like I know who you are, and I'm just lying about the days off. No, she never all called him because she was arguing with him. She was screwing everything she could get her hands on. It was like a person in the candy shop. Some days she had a female, some days she had a male. It was like pick and choose. You know what I mean? Oh, you all, that was another drama. And unfortunately, I didn't get to enjoy the popcorn there. So this time I got a little smarter. I just stepped back. Hey, you can call me all the dirty names you want. Yep. It wasn't until I was told I was sent a text message, and in the text message from my godfather said, Google her name. Holy shit. We all lie to ourselves. She all stabbed someone. Not one, not two. Oh, we're not even talking 5 times. She did it 7 times. That is somewhat of an overachiever, wouldn't you say? Yeah, someone you don't want to get in a fight with a knife. But of course, like they say, don't bring a knife to a gunfight. One of my favorite songs. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight, you dumb asshole. Always reminds me of Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom, where they take and eat the the monkey brains. Oh yeah, lovely. Guys are getting all whipping the shit out, and he's showing Indiana Jones, and he just looks around, pulls out the gun, shoots the fucker, and leaves. That's classic Indiana Jones. And you all know how that is. It is just the classic things in life you just gotta enjoy. It's like when it's like I tell people, 4 weeks of talking, and in the 4 weeks, Google their name. And don't just Google, go on and do investigative work. You all know that. You all do that. That's what you do. When I'm going to tell you, I get in a serious relationship, I'm going to write my phone number. I'm going to say, you're welcome to Google me, baby. If you feel and you've got questions, I will tell you, because that's how you start that. You want, if you want a relationship, it's not just the sex. That and it's not just money. Because we all see in Hollywood, they get a lot of money. They don't got no relationship. It is a business partnership. That's what it is. A marriage is a business partnership. Two people working together for a goal to have not just a better life, but to leave something in a lot of times behind for your children. A legacy. That's what I believe. That's what I want to leave my babies. And damn it, my cat, I get online and my cat wants to hump everything. He's like a porn star. I got a kitty. I sleep with those covers. You all know that. Do you think you could go and hump your other blankets down below? You did all last week, but boy, this week you just want to go on humping every time. I tell you, can't take them anywhere. Let's go humping everything. It's just like my friend. I had a friend, and I love her, Christina. God rest in peace. She died, but she had the weirdest friends in Detroit. I had, for the fact I knew her friends were dumb as fuck and would get drunk and just not make it home a lot of times. So I said, let me, being that you guys are having your little get together birthday party, I will be a designated driver. Jesus, Lord God, those women were raping those men. I had to take excuse me. I said 3 home in the cab because, good Lord, they were so drunk and throwing up all over. I didn't want it in my car. They just couldn't hold their liquor. And I'm not drinking. I'm not going to be playing the pissing contest because that's what the other one did. She pissed all over the table. I made her clean it up and get the bleach, and we all cleaned it up. And then I had to make her clean herself up. And yeah, I'm not playing cleanup. Oh, you all, she was just a mess. Send her out the door in a cab and a big bucket. And then after her, we had Miss Humpy, who literally was trying to rape a guy. This is, I looked at my friend Christina. I go, who the hell? You this girl just nuttier than a Christmas fruitcake. God dang, she tried to hump everything. I mean, finally, I took her home, and she was the one I took home. I left the party for a short time. I said, Jesus Christ, I'm 15 minutes from everything. Please please not let an idiot. So I took her home, and then I dropped her off, and she went into the backyard and threw up all over because she lived upstairs from us. Y'all don't. She stayed there with Christina for a short time. Y'all, it was just horrible. Oh, oh, yeah. I think that night I threw up more than those three girls did in last year. I had never all been so sick. It was just something else. We all lie to ourselves. This is what we're talking in comedy and work, you know. Because when I punch out, I go to the bathroom, I get my stuff, and I think, okay, do I got anything I need to get? Nah, all right. So I get my stuff and I head out. Unless we're having a company get together or something like that, I'm getting the hell out of Dodge. I'm doing my own thing. I'm not playing, hey, let's have a party. And yeah, uh-uh. Snaky, licky lady don't play that way. Oh no. If you all want to keep your job, you don't hang out like it's a party thing after work. After you all punch out, you go home and it's a at home thing. But there's sometimes you get some people you're going, oh Lord, please. And you'll say, I usually, yeah, well, let's get going. Oh, I just, whatever. You all can play that game with me. I'm not going to play that. I don't know what game you all want to play, but it's called, it's called keeping the straight and narrow. Just like when you date, don't do it a week. Talk for 4 weeks. Good Lord, I tried the week thing, and I end up getting a guy with a police monitor on his ankle monitor. Yeah, he was a real winner. He all told me that his job choice was being a drug dealer. I said, oh shit, I got one of them suckers. It was really nice, knowing ya, and I left. I said, I get it. Oh, God, you're just headed for Shitsville. I'm gonna go. Oh yeah, he don't want to be a drug dealer. I want to get the fuck out. I said, boy, those are the things when you do it one week and are stupid as fucking lie to yourself. Oh, the red lights aren't going off. All right, so he doesn't sound like he's got a job. Yeah, and you're like, oh boy. So you all just think, oh God, what's going on? I am so glad. I just pour into myself and I look, good Lord, I'll just be alone again. They all need to have at the Haunted Mansion. I need to email them. I got an idea. I'm a single person. It'd be nice if you had a singles like haunted, whatever. Because good Lord, it'd be nice to meet just some people. Y'all, don't you think that'd be neat, and you'd be in the Haunted Mansion. I'm just saying, shoot, Zach took his dates down there. Shoot, must have some magic. So I figure, they have a dating thing there. Why not? Scary dating, they could call it, because that's what mine's been. Mine's been real scary. Good Lord. And then I went on eHer. I finally told him, you better delete my account. God Lord. I'll kill these men. One guy looked like if he would fart that the National Geographic will be there to comment on something found from King Tut's tomb. Y'all, I'm not joking. I had a guy in a wheelchair telling me, oh, he's a much-chased man. I'm like, Jesus, what has he got, 10-foot dick? Y'all, I'm not joking. I really felt bad. I felt like I was the ugly one. So I all thought, oh, I can't play this. No. eHarmony, go suck it. That's what I thought. Yep, I lied to myself that yeah, I can make it on her. There's so many normies on there. I feel like I'm Harry Potter going through Kmart. Oh look, Mummy, it's a blue light special. Y'all know what I mean. You're a fish out of water. I looked, there was not a single bite. I had one guy, and I says, dude, it's just, I'm not getting it with you. I don't care if you bring me like 2 dozen roses, it's not getting it. Oh boy, maybe it'd be different if you meet, you know. But if you're just looking at a picture that 2 dimensional and you're thinking, so you all just should have that'd be a good, like a spooky dating experience. Go in the basement, see if the spirits will talk to you. Ooh. You can ask the spirits, are you meant to be a couple? Ooh. Hey, y'all, that sounds like a good thing. A little extra cashola, and maybe some singles can uh scare themselves silly and have a good meet and greet, with other single men and women. It's an idea. It's an idea right there. How you have it. I think that'd be a good thing for the haunted mansion that people could have like a dating experience. Hmm. I all think that'd be great. So let's we have all gone over an hour. So, whew. Well, I pretty much um worked out to keep that voice, though it's hard sometimes. But yeah, we've had an interesting week at work, to say the least. Yeah. So I've been very grateful to have a job. I'll do what it takes to keep my job, and I'm very happy with it. I really am. I plan on buying this house, and to do that, gotta have a job, gotta pay your bills. So yeah. So let me show you some of my weed. Oh, look at this. Woo-wee. Look at that, baby. I believe this is it's Girl Scout cookie. Mm. It's delicious. It's nutritious. So yeah, I've been staying in my lane. But unfortunately, some people haven't, and there's nothing I can do about it. It'd be like working in any job and management saying, you got to do this. And they're arguing, no, I don't want to do that. Okay. And you're like, well, what do you want me to do? Shoot. So yeah, you gotta listen to managers and you gotta do what they say. It is what it is. I don't know what the background of everything, and it's not my job to know because I'm not in a management position. I just do my job, and I'm not complaining at all. I'm just doing my job, just like driving in my room, doing my job. Every so often, I give out a little number ones. That's it, and I'm quite okay. Yeah, I sing and dance. I have a good time. And if it's Friday, I remind everyone, it's Friday today. You gotta have a Friday and you gotta feel good about it. Matter what poopy stuff went on, matter what happens, get the good vibes going. Because, good Lord, if you just, you get people who are just the fair weather workers, who their idea of working, it's, yeah. And those are the same people that will say, oh, you guys need to do more. Yeah. I remember when you were first starting. Oh, I know. You should talk. Oh, yeah. And it surprises me. Yeah, it did. I really was surprised. Really was surprised. So, yeah, I'm just staying in my lane, but I gotta buy some popcorn. Is my cat dancing around? Yeah. Only when I go online. If I were to close this up now, my cat would be jumping down here going, yep, I made you embarrassed. Oh. Because he does. And I do love him. And yeah, I did put up a tree and he had knocked it down. So I was mad at him and I'm going to have to go get I'm going to do my decorating, this weekend. I was brought up, my family were like the traditional where they would do their decorating closer to Christmas because when you live in California, you see, and you use real trees, you get them on Christmas Eve. The reason why is because you see, most of the fires were from the real trees. People didn't put water and they get dried out. And what happens to those old 1970 bulbs? They get real hot and they start fires. So a lot of people, the 24th, they just threw it out. Yeah, brand new trees, nice trees. Yeah. So usually myself, if I get a tree or if I put up a fake one, it's closer to Christmas because that's what my family did. Every year we got a real tree. Lord had mercy when my grandfather had cancer. I helped my grandma get a tree. We went to a place called Ace Hardware. It had a big A sign and it was down the street from Pick and Save. We drove with my grandmother's Coronet, which was the fastest car. Believe it or not, that sucker could go. Because when I started learning how to drive, I go, "Damn, Grandma, this has got a 350," and then I'm like, "You're not just, yeah." Well, anyway, we drove down there. We put it in the trunk of the freaking car. That's how big the car's trunk was. My grandma goes, and we go to take it in, and she's having the guy help her. And he goes, "You got someone there to take it out?" And I'm like, "Well, if not, we'll get someone." But we end up taking it in. And what you do is, of course, you you cut off a section so you could put it in the water. So while you're getting other stuff ready, it's, still hooked up, but it's in the water. And that's what we did. And that took, oh God, a man who has testosterone and strength comes up, picks it up, and do the job so much faster. My grandfather had cancer, and yeah, he couldn't do it. So yeah, and that was fun. And the time my grandfather, you see, we didn't have big ceilings. He built the house. We didn't have real big ceilings because he said it was more economical to air conditioning a lower ceiling than a higher ceiling. Of course, he didn't think about that when it came to the tree, because my grandfather and my Auntie Addie had a tree war. Who had the biggest tree? And every year she had won and made a big to do. The year that he won, he had to put it outside because it couldn't fit into the living room. Yeah, we had it outside. And he told everyone, I win, I win. Yeah, we're a competitive family. And he was like, yeah, yeah. I will think of ways to like go faster or do my job faster, do any more, stuff. Yeah. So when indeed I can step up, I don't sit there and try to belittle anybody that I work with because I don't feel good about myself. I feel pretty good about myself. I don't even care how many blurbles I have. I really don't. My theory is this: I exercise and I take care of what I have. You know, the New Year's is coming up and I'll deal with it then. January is also the biggest time for diets, and they say between March and April is when people give up. So it is really fun. So I spend about an hour in my character. Snake Lady's pretty good. I think that she's growing up. You know, I love being in the RV. It put the character more in tune, but I hated living in that RV. I felt like I was in a fishbowl. I really did. And I'm glad to be back in the house. It's just feels better. I think that I think that, how can I say this? I'm glad if I was sick it was there, because there's carpeting here, and as much as I got sick, I don't think I could have made it to the bathroom that often. It would have been quite a mess. So there was, wood floors versus carpeting, and yeah, that's a shitty job to clean up. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love you too. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I felt lucky. See how everything goes. So this 24th we will be voting on other people that became employee of the month, and they vote for who's the best. And there's two Steves in uh, at my work, and one of the two Steves usually win. So we'll see who wins this year. May the best person win. And those are good people. Because I was just thinking, who am I going to vote for? you almost want to like, okay, I'll put their name, their first, I'll put like, okay, which one? And you kind of like, because they're both good. It's kind of hard, when you just have to vote for one person. God, yeah. So I hope everyone's having a great night and you're having a good time, wrapping up or just enjoying the time. I've been watching Christmas movies and I figure I just throw them on and back, and it just puts you in the mood. So I hope everyone is in a good vibe. If you're not, you know what? We will be talking Saturday about, I would say, we'll talk a little bit about meditational and metaphysical type of medicine and practices because I've had better healing from healers than what the doctors had to bring out, which is scaring me when you have doctors telling you what prescription do you need and you're like, whoa, um, did you read what I was asking? Wow. I'm looked at as a dollar sign to the doctors for whatever they're trying to pay off. That's how I feel. Really. I don't feel that I'm treated as a patient. I'm treated like a customer. Oh, what could she get me? Let's see. I bought a new car. Maybe she could pay off my car. I want to take that vacation to Bermuda. Oh, you know what I mean? That's how I feel. That's how I felt. I had wasted my 20 bucks. I would have been better off to pay $50 to a person who would find out what's going on with you. An actual, like healer and stuff. So it's like, oh, it's sad. I call it metaphysical medicine. It's not just healing, but you also, it's medicine, like where you use food and vitamins as a healing agent, because a lot of times we're so deficit. And there's a lot of people, it's put out in our advertisement stuff. Oh, don't take too much vitamin. There's certain vitamins, which is iron, that you don't want to take unless you really have to. I wouldn't suggest it. Most of the time, you're not deficit. There was one time I was, and they did do a blood test, and they did say, "Yeah, you're deficit in it." And they said, "Come back, after you've been taking." Oh, those iron pills are so gross, and they make it just makes it hard to go number two. Oh my god, yeah. So that's the only one I know of, and I'm sure if I looked and was more in tune with that. But like always, if you have a doctor that deals with healing and the natural doctor, I think that's more what I would want to, go towards. But, it's up to you, I've had better dealings with them. They'll even pray with you. You get some really cool doctors who are natural doctors who are intuitive too, and don't treat you like an asshole or a payment. I really do feel that way with my doctor. Yeah. Okay. So I was happy I got my I get two forms of coffee. I get this Jolt, and what was it, Jolt? Yeah, Jolt and Jabby. And they don't cause me to have what I call, it gives you such heartburn with the regular coffee that I was just feeling gross at work. So I started drinking this different stuff of coffee. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. So anyway, my jab came today. Of course, a Friday, and it also comes after I'm done with work, mind you. But I'm happy, and I'm just like, oh my jab. So I had to have some, and it has what I like about jab. If you use 2 scoops, it's 20 grams of protein, which is really good for you. So that's why I was taking my vitamins with my coffee. So yeah, they put the scarcity of vitamins and healing naturally. Doctors do, and the prescriptions are the ones that are not meant to be used all the time because most of them are the warnings are so scary when you hear them. Will cause internal bleeding, could cause blindness. I mean, these explosive diarrhea. This was for a condition cream that caused explosive diarrhea. Oh shit. Yeah, I was laughing. I was working with someone who isn't working there no more. And he goes, what's so funny? Okay, imagine this. It's cream. He goes, yeah. You don't like someone at work and you're like, oh shit, I'll just take this cream, I'll put it in the bathroom. Yuck. But he was laughing. I said, shoot. We had just come out with the bunny suits and no one bought the lab coats yet. We didn't know we can have the lab coats at that time. So here it is, we're wearing the bunny suits, and all I can think of is people having explosive diarrhea. Whoops. I couldn't believe it was a fucking cream. So if you hate someone, you'd be like, you can do what I would say. Oh, don't use it. Gives you explosive diarrhea. And of course, you're going to get that one idiot going, no, it doesn't. That would be the day that they get explosive diarrhea. Oh, God. Yeah. This is the shit that doctors are giving us. Liver failure. And then the statins, you know what they cause you? Oh, I'll tell you what they cause you. They're meant as a 2-month usage because it causes stroke. It causes your bad cholesterol to collect in your veins. So you have no way for you to get your blood to your heart. And they call this their medicine. Our bodies were meant to heal. So using this is a healing. It helps with brain functions and all kinds of fucking shit. But most doctors don't even, I think, know much about the healing aspects. They just know about the medicine because they are only meant to be a band-aid, not long usage, because of course most of the shit either has liver problems that it causes of course strokes. I mean, if a medication is to help you, it's meant to help not just heal you but benefit from your life. Your life is benefiting from the medicine that the doctor's giving you, because if he's giving it to you long term, that means you'll have liver failure. So what is their prognosis, and why would they give you statins when they know that the long-term use of that is not good ever in anybody? But if you use natural medication and without eating yourself like donuts every weekend and you're like living off of ice cream a gallon or two. Come on. I mean, I like my ice cream, I like my donuts, but there's a time and place. And if your body's not hungry and you're feeding it, you're doing it out of boredom. And you need to seek therapy. There are food therapists out there, and you should be thankful it's now. In the 80s, they didn't have no knowledge. They were just understanding bulimia, for God's sakes. They had a special story. It was on this whole thing. And then I learned about Carpenter. The reason why she died was from bulimia. She died, she starved herself to death, and she was a beautiful woman. She was made fun of and called fat. I'd like to know who the fuck said that, because I'd beat the shit out of them. Really. And I was a young kid. I was really upset. She was a beautiful person and the sweetest. She was soft and sweet. And she was put out to the wolves and they just chewed her up and spit her out. And yes, she did die from bulimia, from heart. It was her heart that gave out. That's what usually does. If you put your body through that, diet pills would be the same thing. It's a big thing. 70s were big on those diet pills that are no longer so boy back in the 70s. You know why so many people were skinny? Those fucking diet pills actually worked. They were like caffeine. Need to stay up, just take a diet pill. That's what my dad did. If he was the one driving in the group, guess what? Oh, he was looking through my mom's pill thing. Oh, that pill works good. Dad, what are you doing? I'm shopping in your mom's thing. Yeah, seeing what kind of diet pills my money's buying. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Oh, my mom bought lots. Turner diet pills, man. Oh, yeah. She tried to get me on that. Those are great. I thought, man, I get up and I'm cleaning. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. I'm like, wow, this is some great shit. My grandmother goes, so, Omega, what are you taking? I'm cleaning. What? Oh, my mom gave me some of these. Oh, shit. You're not taking no more. Oh, come on. Those are my cleaning pills. That's what I called them. My grandmother called my mother, and God dang, I only thought that she swore in the car. Like the Tourette's thing, she would swear like a sailor. Oh, yeah, people would give her a middle finger. She was right there back at them. You don't like how I drive? Go around me. Go around me. Yeah, that was my grandma. So when she would ask where I learned that word, I looked at her and I imitated her right deep. She goes, so where did you learn go around me like that? And I go, well, Grandma, you did it this morning after church. Oh, yeah, she did. And a woman, it wasn't at the parking lot, it was at a Safeway, and some woman was just giving my grandma a hard time. And finally, she put her middle finger out, she put it out the window, and she put, go around me. And the woman finally did. And then she was getting ready to step out. Once grandma put her big middle finger out there, oh, Lord, that woman just went around her. Because I don't know what it is, but she was like looking like, oh, yeah. You know what my grandma kept in her purse? You know those plastic tie things that you put your paper in when it's a rainy day? My grandma had one of them. And she put in about $20 worth of quarters, 2 rows, boom, boom. She tied it up. She said, look at this. She went, boom. Wow, that's cool, Grandma. Yeah, that's how you stay safe. They don't see it coming. They're going to ask for your wallet. I go, Grandma, they all ask for your wallet. Give them their wallet. You know why? The only way you're going to do that is if you feel you're going to be manhandled, Grandma. I didn't want to use the R word. It just didn't want to go in my face. She goes, I understand. And I said, but if they don't got a gun and they're acting like they're going to be hitting you, then you know what? Then I'd take that out and I'd swing it so hard in their growing area they would be singing like Michael Jackson for the rest of their lives. Ooh yeah. Wee. And that's how I felt. I told my grandma. She thought it was funny. I go, that's the first, you got to hit him in the reset button. Then you take him down. That's where you take him by that lamp post and you tie him next to that gay bar, you duct tie them real good. And then you take their clothes off and then you really get them good and you say, bye-bye. Hey, I can't help it. If you people want to be assholes, then I think they deserve that. Oh, shoot. So I'm having a good weekend. I really am. I'm going to enjoy myself and enjoy the fact that I'm pouring into myself. I'm going to be, my tradition is of course closer to Christmas. I know I'm not jumping in on that. That's just how it, because I grew up in California. And as a kid in California, Christmases were a lot different. My friends who had a snowy Christmas is because their parents decided to be, it was cooler that Christmas that they were making the snow in their backyard. I thought that was fucking cool though. That was so cool. All the neighborhood kids had a blast. Everyone in the neighborhood got the trying and they had a blast. I had an amazing neighbors, really amazing. You would never believe. And let's just put it this way. I was a spoiled brat, but I'm okay now. And I just wish I had a normal cat. That's right. So share. I'm looking to become monetized. I need to get 1,000 people. Right? So yeah, I had an unusual time. And like I said, anytime a person, say yourself at home, and say you work at PetSmart, and say the old man, say the old lady cashier doesn't like you and knows your phone number and has her and her old lady friends prank phone call you for 8 hours and bother you, and you know it's her. She FaceTimes you and you're just going, what the hell? If that happens and you have even more proof, like pictures of the person, you could do that too while they're FaceTiming. You could take the picture, and then you could go to a place called the police station and you say, hi, sir, I would like to file a report. And you tell them the reason why and what happened, and you kind of show all the stuff you collected, and you can show them. You could show them all the numbers. You could show them how often they did it. And they even said, because I had all this stuff, I had all the collection of all their calls, and they called it excessive. I forgot what it was called, what they said it was, but it was excessive. And they even agreed. And I said, I don't want to have someone bother me when I come home. I don't want prank phone calls. I don't care if you hate me so much that you'll go on the deep dark web and hire someone to off me, which would never happen, but I'm just putting it out there. It's just, wow. Don't do that. Don't bother someone on their day off. If you don't like someone, pray for them. That's the best thing you could do. Really. Our enemies are just another, they could teach us, but they're also the spark from us. You know, they really are. They're a spark.
Hello, I'm TCM, host of that night. So if you're enjoying the holiday season, you have selected an undisputed Christmas classic. It's the story, too. This is the first Hollywood sound version of one of the most frequently adapted Christmas stories ever written.
Really? Oh, is that so?
Novel by Charles Dickens, Christmas Carol. Many of you know the premise. The story
Yeah.
is rather depressing, cynical life of a man called Ebenezer.
Really?
He's a cold, miserly man with no sense of community, certainly no Christmas spirit. This holiday, though, is turned upside down when
So-
Christmas Eve he's visited by the ghost of his dead business partner, Jacob Marley. Jacob tells Ebenezer that he's only the first of more ghosts who will be dropping in, spirits of Christmases past, present, and future.
They have Scrooged with Bill Murray. That's funny. I thought that was. It was really cute though. I thought it was neat. Actually, I like to watch that too. That's funny. But it's a bit too new, and I don't want. I think this is the 100-year-old one. Wow, Barrymore. Yeah, it's old. That's Drew Barrymore's grandpa. That's. Oh. No. So Barrymore wasn't able to act in there. Shame. I would like to see that. Anyway, yeah. It's just. Oh. Excuse me.
Barrymore then called Scrooge. Miserably an old windbag has ever faked his sneeze when the collection plate goes by. He'll probably remind you of your glad. Realize that main line of Barrymore sound like Grimwood selling poetry. From MGM 1938, directed by Edwin L. Marin, also Gene Lockhart, Leo G. Carroll, and Anne Buckley.
So yeah, I love playing the Snake Lady. But I'll tell you this much, you know, I think it just helps me to just talk to you guys about, you know, what I'm going through in a comedic way where you're going, all right, okay. It is what it is, you know. I mean, there are certain things that are just plain simple. We don't need to play games, but yeah. I mean, you know, it's like we get people from even Vegas, or you know, seems like it is. I don't know if they're just, you know, looky loos, you know, thinking, oh, let's see if we get a job here. Yeah, I got it good. I really do. I feel I do. I don't have, you know, for me, it's working out. You know, 5-minute drive, 10-minute round trip. Woo! So, woo! Here's to Jesus trying to get us out of this matrix. So, yeah. So yeah, it's quite something. So I am going to go. It's been almost 2 hours. It's great. I got 3 likes, many more in the future. Share, and we'll talk about meditation and the benefits that it causes. All right.
Hey, Dad. Rachel is asking